Hi Cancer, welcome to the Smudge Room. I'm Jamie, and this will be a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I read for you guys yesterday. It was very strange. I won't get into it. The message wasn't strange. The happenings around my space were a little strange. But I want to relay just what came out. If someone is ready for a trip or an adventure, or if there's something that you've been putting off until tomorrow, basically, it's time. It's time to do that. It's do the thing. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You're ready. You're ready for whatever that is. So, anyway, okay, so this is the Osho Zen Tarot deck, and it is a little heavier, I think. I don't know. I really relate to the cards, so it'll be. I anticipate change, deeper. They're good. I like it. Long story short, I like it. Breakthrough. Okay, the breakthrough card. This is the moment of clarity. Coming to realize something that maybe was kind of right in front of you. I feel as though, well, for some, I feel as though this is like dropping a bad vice, or taking the next right step, because you know that what you're doing isn't working for you right now. We've got guidance. This is about trusting something bigger than you. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have faith. We have a purpose here. And I feel like a lot of you have been kind of wasting your time sitting in a place that, that wasn't working, and although you're taking the next right step, you don't really know which direction to take that step in. That's where guidance comes in. Meditate. Come to a place where you're feeling grounded, centered, and try to, listen. Listen to the messages that are probably going to be presenting themselves. Okay, we've got guilt. So, guilt is like a completely wasted emotion. It's nothing more than just like, okay, here's the only time you should ever feel guilty. The only time you should ever feel guilty is if you are constantly repeating a pattern that is intentionally, like, you're hurting someone. And if you continue to do that, that's something you should feel guilty about. But, the things we say, the things that happen, the things we do, we can't wallow in that. And we can't let that prevent us from going where we're supposed to go, where we need to go. Okay, I like this card. This is nothingness, or it's like just a black card. It says, I don't know if you can see, it says no thingness. Okay, so this is when we think of nothing, we think that there is absolutely not a thing. This is telling us, okay, if there's nothingness, that leaves room for, all bets are off. Everything, it's straight up potential. you've got to get through this funk, okay? And I believe you are. It's time for Cancer and the rest of us. It's time for us all to start dropping the things that are not dropping the things that are keeping us from being on the right track, okay? Cancer season is heavy for everyone. It's going to be heavy for you. It has been heavy for you. I'm hearing a lot of people say right now things like that, well, they're feeling alone, that they're feeling the pressure. That's okay. Feel those things. Go through them. Go through the motions of them. But then make the choice. Make the choice to not live in that place, not to stay in that guilt place. It's no good. It's no good. So, okay, what's the energy coming towards Cancer? Celebration. Okay, this is very much the three of cups, which is, yeah, merriment, joy, coming together, summer solstice. Yeah, it's time to drop the negative, heavy shit to get to this place of like light. And there, well, obviously your birthday is reason to celebrate, but it feels like there's more than that to celebrate. Healing. Okay, this is kind of the King of Cups. I feel like this can be a short, I mean, as heavy as this all is at the moment, I feel like this can be a relatively quick, I mean, you've had an epiphany. You've had an epiphany and you are ready to heal. These phases are beginning now. I like to think of the, well, King of Cups and healing in general just as like the calm place. This is very much about stability and just being, not being out of this funk, but not striving so hard and worrying about the future so much that you lose sight of the present. Okay, let's pull one more for energy coming towards Cancer, because we're doing two more. Okay, we've got awareness and innocence. So, you know that you have options. You know that you want to evolve and get to a better place. I love this card. It's like shedding the skin and coming back to what... It's like the Sun card. It's like it's coming back to pure joy. So once you get through this shit, whatever this thing is, I mean, I think it's kind of the same for all of you, really. It's just, different circumstances with different characters, basically. I feel like a lot of you are going to know a level of satisfaction and content. Like, now granted, hold on. A lot of you are going to find a new place of happiness, happiness on a new plane, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Don't think that means it's going to be on the up and up all the time, because that's what life is. It's ups and downs. But this is a very important stage of growth and healing for you. Okay, what else do we need to know? We've got flowering, yeah, coming into your own. This is like, I think it's supposed to, kind of the Queen of Earth, maybe, I think. Share this with others. Flowering, it's all about passing it around, passing it along to the people that surround, that are in your life. You very much have the capability of lifting others. and into this happy place with you. We've got the miser. Okay, so the miser. This is an individual who, it's very much like the Four of Pentacles. The miser has built up this wall with, fur from animals and feathers and all this like gaudy crap, right? And in the process of, kind of like collecting these beautiful things, they've in turn made themselves really ugly. And they're hiding behind this wall and clinging to their possessions. So what is it that you're clinging to? What is it, ask yourself, what in your life is holding you back? It's really possessive energy, and you guys are cardinal signs, so you are often like trying to control the change, and you can't. Nothing's going to stay the same. This is a positive. This is a good thing. So whatever you're clinging to, think about it, and it's time to release it. Oh, kind of like how I just released all those cards. Okay, let's acknowledge that. I was not going to acknowledge it, but let's do it. We have the Thunderbolt, which is, it's the Tower. It's the Tower. Shedding whatever this thing is for you feels like it's everything coming down, tumbling down, right? And this, for some, this is something that has not yet occurred. This is going to be a change. And now, here's what I think. Either it has, and you're making the changes, or this hasn't. That the unexpected hasn't happened yet. I know that probably sounded confusing. The Tower, Thunderbolt, this is an unforeseen catastrophe, okay? I feel like if you're not listening to these little hints that life is giving you as to where you need to be, I feel as though the hints will begin to get louder. And I feel like that's what this is. So really, really try to be in tune. Be in tune right now. And I feel like there's going to be some surprises, some revelations. Let go. Letting go. I think that kind of sums it up. It's time. It's time. It's time to let go of whatever it is that's keeping you from being like your best self, your authentic self, being closer to your higher power, being closer to, all of it, absolutely all of it. Nothing's off limits. Let's do a fairy oracle for you guys. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Theft the Footer, I think is the name of this card, and it's a card about indecisiveness. It's got like, well, that's also Indy is that card, but this is, I'll read about it. Okay, we've got 58. Oh, there's a card from another deck. Maybe we should read that too. I think I have that book around somewhere. Okay, well, let's do this first, one thing at a time. Actually, I'll just read you the message. It says, Canary, sing your own song. You don't need to follow the path of others. This is your life. And yeah. Anyway. Okay. 58. This is about being real, earthing, grounding, and centering. Just as life is becoming surprising, exciting, and very interesting, though not necessarily fun, Faf the Foot Fungus Fairy comes along to check on our feet. He picks up one foot in his remarkably strong hands and looks it over for fluff between the toes, smelly fungi, the dirty untrimmed toenails, and if he finds any of these signs of disrespect for our feet and for Earth Mama, walking on her with grubby feet, yuck, he marks them by making holes in our socks. If he thinks they're really bad, he sends mice to eat our dancing shoes, so we'll be forced to dance barefoot in the dewy meadows under the moon. I know this is, and just bear with me, okay? If it happens that we have snow instead of dew, that is just our tough luck. Warning, Faf may have fungi on his fingers from someone else's foot. Oh, this is gross, I'm sorry. And if our feet are not clean both energetically and physically, the fungi are apt to take root. He leaves that foot in the air, his own foot, hold on, while he inspects the other foot, lifting it up as well. Having done this inspection job, he wanders off, leaving us standing there with both feet in the air. And then he snickers, usually confused experifiant, whatever the fuck. This is silly. Okay, let's get to the point. I think we get it. Okay. Here's the starter reading. Okay, so breathe, ground, center. Maintain sanity by staying earthed. Do this now. Important information is coming your way, but only you can receive it properly if your feet are on terra firma and your head is well connected to the rest of your body. Okay, so yeah, basically shutting the things that are not serving you, to look inward and be grounded, and that's the advice for the day, kids. Have a really great birthday, and yeah, that's all I got. I will see you next time. Bye.